And we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the L3R3 podcast with myself, Matt Likes Games, my buddy, it's me, Twan, and in place of Hard Days Mike, who is not feeling well today, we have our third string quarterback, Ham Solo 05
Yeah,
Gaming.
Super Bowl winning national championships.
yeah,
Heisman winning MVP status.
yeah.
Made the Cavs lose in Game 7. Ham Solo is here.
Two
Yes.
different sports, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I feel you. Well, we got Ham Solo filling in for Mike today.
Yeah, he's an OG cast member from our
Exactly. I
show.
would say he's a special guest, but he's more just a cast member who just hasn't been doing shows forever.
She just went off the better podcast. You know?
That's right.
He's a very busy guy, but
I
do sincerely appreciate you doing the show today because we haven't done a show.
It's been like a month, I think.
Feels like it. It might have actually been more than a month at this point.
And I shut it down. I shut it down.
Which isn't ideal. No, you did not. But
I had to shut her down.
Yeah, it was holiday season, so it makes sense. So.
Well, yeah, holiday season. I didn't plan on doing any shows over the holiday, if I'm being real. Yeah. But like last week, I would have liked to do a show, but I gotta be totally real. I legit forgot about it. Nope. Yeah, you gave me some vacation. I much appreciate it, but that's what happened there.
I put your family on a boat. Yeah. Brought you guys to America finally.
I'm about to go back in time and put you on the Titanic, bud. In a minute.
Welcome to America, fam. We had to get Matt out of Puerto Rico.
Yeah, when me and Ham should go on the Titanic, we'll do like that pose in like the movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Sink them right to the bottom, bud. That's what I would do.
I'll make sure I stay on the door, on the floating door. I'll make sure I'll stay on that.
Matt was pushing it to the limit with Rick Ross in the Port of Miami. Oh.
Rick Ross is a cool guy. I wonder what he's been up to ever since he got the
Wingstop
out of him.
He's been eating Wingstop, angry at Drake. just mowing down on some Wingstop.
That's good. That's good. You can't beat Wingstop when you're Rick Ross, I guess. Dude, I tell you what. No, okay, that's way off topic.
Yeah, like we're alive, right?
We are live. We definitely are live. And this is without a doubt. This is without a doubt the loosest podcast that I do. And I don't mind it like that, but goddamn, a little bit of structure at the beginning. So we do have things to talk about, obviously, this week. But before we get into any of that, since it's been fucking forever since I've actually been here on the channel doing a show with anybody, we got to start with what we've been playing and everything. So whoever wants to, and no, you know what? I'm not letting you guys choose. Twan.
All right.
You get to go first, bud. What have you been playing?
Older brother back.
Okay. So, I mean, I actually did start playing that Indiana Jones game that came out.
Nice.
Playing on my Xboxes. Yeah, it's actually really good. It was better than I thought it was going to be. I was really enjoying that. And then what happened was I went on Facebook Marketplace. Really bad decision. And I saw this arcade machine that was being sold, and I bought it. And I'm going to try not to swear as much as possible because we're still in the beginning of the show.
I don't care, Twan. I think I already said fuck.
Right.
So I mean,
just the logistics of getting that thing. Like I remember, I spent like $700 on the actual thing, but then I had to rent a truck. We picked it up.
Buying the
and then it's funny
Pro.
Honestly, could you imagine?
You said you got a Pro? Nice.
No, I well, I mean, no,
what'd you pay? What'd you buy?
I got an arcade machine. That's what I got.
What? Wait.
Yeah.
No, I'm not asking any questions. Continue.
All right. Yeah, so I bought
Have
the
fun.
arcade machine, right? The thing was like 600 pounds. So at first, my brother was like, "Oh, you gotta get a ramp. You gotta get a ramp." I'm like, "Nah, we'll be fine, right?" And then we go there. The guy opens up the garage door. He's like, "Okay, where's the ramp?" It was like the first thing he asked. And my brother's all like, "Yeah, Antonio, where's the ramp?" I'm like, Then we try getting this thing on. Obviously, it doesn't work because the thing's just way too heavy. So thankfully, there's a Home Depot like 2 minutes away from this guy's house. We go over there, pick up a ramp, go back, load this thing up, and this thing almost tipped over like 3 times when we're putting up. It was like so scary. And then we put it back on the truck. We had to drop off the ramps. Then we got to pick up more ramps because when we go home, because this place was like 30 minutes away. So yeah, then we dropped it off, and then like thankfully my brother's friends came over because they helped out a lot. Like I swear, if my brother's friend didn't come over, it would have been over. There's no way we would have gotten that thing down. I think offloading it was actually worse than onloading it. And then I'm not even at the worst part yet because the thing doesn't even like work properly, right? The thing, like the monitor works, the controls are fine.
Story already,
right? The monitor works, everything else works, but the actual like hardware is kind of screwed up. So I was trying to fix that.
About to beat up Twan. I'm about to beat you.
Sorry.
I'm about to beat you up, Twan.
But
yeah, long story short, up to there and assault you.
Long story short, I couldn't get the thing working. I have another motherboard coming in, so I gotta wait for that, and hopefully it works after I get it. So it's definitely costing me a lot than initially, but yeah, that's pretty much been on my whole mind this whole time. Is like I kind of like put everything on pause ever since I bought this thing because it's the only thing I could think about. So other than that, I've kind of just been playing like some arcade games onto the side. Like I was playing Star Fox 64 again. I was playing that a lot. I was also playing like Sin and Punishment. I even played House of the Dead 2 on the Dreamcast because I saw that remake and I was like, man, I had to like wash my eyes and like play an actual like the real House of the Dead 2.
What do you think is going to be wrong with the remake?
Sorry, I don't want to talk about
the first remake really good, like you said.
I don't want to talk about remakes right now, so let's just save that.
No, seriously, what's wrong with the remake?
No, man, I'm gonna go on a whole rant if we do this.
Okay, well, we're not on a game show that talks about video games and what we like and dislike or anything.
Fine,
you can rant, Twan.
Okay, all right.
Kind of crazy that we're just hanging out, not doing anything right now.
All right, fair.
We're just fucking playing games. No one.
Okay, so the thing is, I don't get like when you're remaking a game, you don't remake a game and make the controls worse than the original version. It's like at that point, like what's the point of even remaking a game? Because like that's like one of the fundamental things that you change when remaking a game is the control. And when the control's worse than the original game, it's like what are we even doing at that point? And in my opinion, I mean, like I feel like a game like House of the 2 is just a product of its time, and just trying to change that in any way, I just feel like it's just kind of removing its identity in a way. So it's like everything that makes House of the 2 makes it House of the 2, especially like the voice acting, just the way the game looks. It's just, and the thing is, that game in my opinion, doesn't even need a remake. It plays perfectly fine. It's just, it looks great to me still. Like I don't know. I think I might just be crazy, but I just think it's kind of just a waste of resources to even do that.
What?
Like,
so quick question: what console is House of the Dead 1 and 2 on right now without the remakes?
Well, the thing is, like House of the Dead 1 and 2, those are originally like arcade games, right? Like they released in the arcade.
So yeah,
2 is on the Dreamcast.
Well, yeah, 2 also released. Well, 2 released on the Dreamcast, and it also released. It technically got a release on the OG Xbox as well, and it also released on the Wii as well. So it got a Wii release. Because I mean, it makes sense. Like the Wii could, had the pointer control, so it was kind of an easy translation.
Sure.
To just right. So that's kind of the last time. I think the Wii was the last time House of the 2 actually got a proper re-release. So yeah, I mean, it has definitely been a while since like House of the 2 got a re-release, and especially the first one. The first one is like the biggest one because that game got a port on the Sega Saturn and it hasn't got a port since. And even then, that port is kind of not that good. It was kind of a rushed port. So other than like the Saturn version, you have the arcade version. So there wasn't really much options for that version of the game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, a remake did make a bit more sense for the first game. For the first game, I was like, okay, I kind of get it. For the second game, it's like, okay, what are we even doing at this point? Like, I don't know. Like I feel like even the Wii version, I feel like the Wii version is still pretty accessible for the most part. You could get a Wii for like 30-40 bucks, but buy a copy of the game for another 20, and then you're good to go. But I don't know. I guess people just want to. I guess people would rather just play the game on a Switch with like worse controls and whatever. That's their choice, I guess. But
yeah, yeah, you'd be surprised. I'm sure a lot of people, because I don't like. I gotta be real. I know I can get a Wii right now, but like,
yeah,
dude, I have not seen a Wii in person since probably like 2012.
the thing is, I've obviously had a Wii since it came out, and then I even got another one, and I didn't even pay for it. My friend was like, "Here, I just have this. Here's take it." I just got another one for free. It's like there's so many Wii's out there to the point. So those consoles you get for dirt cheap. If you really
Yeah.
like, it's a really easy.
But Swan, there's so many games better control on PC, but you choose to play on lesser things. What do you have to say about that?
Well, the thing
There you
about
go.
playing a game on PC, especially like a game like House of the Dead, is I feel like I mean realistically, you have a controller and a mouse, and obviously there is the light guns. I'm not gonna discount that because I do have.
I'm not
those light
talking
guns
about
still.
House of Dead. I'm just
Oh, we're
talking
talking
about games, bud.
Oh, in general.
Just video games.
I don't know, man. I just
Yeah.
you know me. I like my consoles. I like
Yeah,
game
'cause
Yes,
you like
hell
putting
yeah.
them in there.
you're spending $700 on unfunctional things, but get yourself a mic.
Dude, I'm telling you, Twan. It literally.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna talk about your money or nothing, but you literally
Yeah.
you fucking $1,000 and you're done, and you're
Yeah.
done, and you
Yeah.
don't
I
got to
mean,
worry about it or touch it for fucking
it's
years.
funny because this arcade
10
machine,
years.
right? I bought this PC. Well, not even. Well, yeah, because like the arcade machine basically uses for the hardware. It's really just a PC from 2007. That's really what it is. Like it's got like the graphics card and all this. So I'm literally buying. Like I bought another one of it, and I'm literally just buying a PC for probably about the same price I would have gotten an actually good PC for. So it's like fuck.
There we go. Twan's got his gaming PC.
Yeah, PC from
Uh,
like 2007.
Ray Chi, appreciate you for stopping by. It says the only way I will take out a Wii is for Super Smash Bros. I'm
I
sure
mean,
there's a lot of people who feel that way.
I don't know why would you buy a Wii though. I mean, I feel like this Smash Ultimate's pretty good.
Because wouldn't
On the
that be
Switch.
like? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I'm not up to date. I'm not up to date. I'm not well versed in Nintendo things.
Unless you
But
want to
isn't
play
that
like
more? Isn't that
Melee.
more? Isn't that more the original experience?
Well, the thing is though, there's like a lot of Smash games. There's the one on the N64. There's the one on the
Oh,
GameCube.
okay.
One on the Wii. I don't know. Like the Wii is like the Smash Brothers Brawl. That's the one on the Wii. That's like kind of like the black sheep in the franchise because like a lot of people kind of didn't like it because a lot of the changes that they made. That people say like, oh, it's a lot more casual because they removed a lot of like a lot of the more complicated tech in Melee. So it's definitely
Gotcha.
it's one that's kind of frowned down upon. But I don't know. I mean, I feel like there is definitely things to like about Brawl. There is a story mode, and it definitely felt like the most ambitious one too. Like they definitely did put a lot into it. So
Sure.
yeah, I could see why a more casual person would like Brawl. But
You hear that, Rachel? He's calling you casual, bud.
yeah,
But no. So you've been basically just trying to fix a giant 600 pound
yeah.
thing
Big
just
broken
hanging there.
box.
See, basically what I did is I opened the machine up, right, and I just took the hardware out. So it's basically like this. Like I said, it's just a PC from 2007.
No, it's literally just a box.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's like a gray box, and it has it has PC parts from 2007. So that's really what it is. So
Well, there you go. You
yeah,
should take it apart and build yourself a computer. Don't do that to one. So you really just been up to that. Ham,
yeah, and
I'm
I
gonna
just been playing
ask
old games.
you, what have you been playing, sir, over the holidays? And since we haven't done our show on Wednesdays in a while, I guess you got to make up for that too. So yeah, what have you been
I
playing?
We've been playing for the past like 3 years.
Yeah, for like the past month and
Damn.
a
Jeez Louise. Oh man. I don't even know where to start, Thwan. But let's see, I've been playing Mafia 2. Played a little bit like right now I'm playing some football just because in game preview I wanted to try it out. I got back into Borderlands 2, but I did beat BioShock 1 and 2 like
Hell
a
yeah.
few weeks ago. And I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 4 again. I tried a little bit of Octopath Traveler and I really don't like it.
No.
Um, Space Marine, been playing some of that. Let's see. I feel like I'm missing a few things. Oh yeah, Far Cry.
You playing
Far Cry 6, I've been playing that a little bit.
been
And
playing
every
6
time
now?
I play it, well yeah, me and my cousin Matt were playing Far Cry 6. I
Oh,
have it I
nice.
have it
Yeah.
downloaded. Um
Nice.
if you ever I don't know, man. Far Cry 6, every time I turn it on, it gets me a little frustrated because I know the end of the story and I don't really care about it. But like at the same time, I wouldn't mind playing the DLC. Me and Matt played Far Cry 5, and I wanted to punch a hole in the wall because we beat that game.
That's great.
And I had a good time all the way up, literally until like probably the last 2 minutes before the credits roll. And then my whole experience was ruined.
Him doesn't like
It
being a
was
son now.
it was really like the Far Cry 6 story just made me mad because all the characters kind of stunk. So like that made me mad. But like Far Cry 5, it's like all the characters were good, but like it made me feel like a total bitch. And I didn't really love that part. I didn't love the feeling that it gave me to leave off as the credits rolled, so I immediately deleted that game. And I downloaded Far Cry 4, and so far that's pretty good, but I don't know what to expect. I'm really hoping it's not like the ending in Far Cry 5, because that'll be kind of devastating. But we'll find out, bud.
What's so great about that is Far Cry 4 is my favorite Far Cry, and I don't recall the ending.
Well, we're gonna
So,
find out.
so we're gonna see that together, and it'll be like seeing a brand new ending for me, which is gonna be pretty awesome, I suspect.
And too bad you're not a morning person. I'd be
Why?
like,
What's up?
dude, get up. No, I'd just be like, get up and let's beat some fucking co-op games
I know. I'm still
during the
waiting on the
day.
Dead Space 3 playthrough.
Oh well, you can
Yeah.
keep waiting for that. That's not
It's
happening.
coming soon.
Yeah, it's
I've been
coming soon.
waiting for like almost like
It's
2 years at
coming
this point.
Don't
soon.
worry about it. It's coming soon. Don't
You got
worry
honestly,
your
you
little
guys
head.
gotta do it before the server shut down. Like honestly.
We
You
do.
know, you know when I'll do Dead Space 3 playthrough? I'm dead serious. I'll do it when they announce Dead Space 2 remake and Dead Space 4.
Well,
That is when
Why not
I
Dead Space
will
3 remake?
well they need to, but first they got to do the second remake. Um when they announce those two things, then I will totally do that. And
I
the re
just got a text that I got hired over at EA and to just temporarily just to say that we're doing a Dead Space 2 and 3 remake. And we need to hop and play that real quick, bud, just so we
You're
can.
missing. You're
eh,
missing
Oh,
the
we got
one
some
other
Easter
thing
egg
that I
info.
asked for.
No, that's all we need.
No, you're missing
That's
Dead
all
Space
we
4, bud.
need. There's okay. Dead Space 4 is up there too, then, bud.
No, it's not.
But
I just
we just
forgot to
gotta
read it.
let them investors know.
I just forgot to read it.
It's pending.
Ham's just making things up.
No,
It's
no,
pending.
Ham's a
no,
filthy
he has a
liar.
job. He works at EA now.
I'm an EA main. I challenge everything.
Yeah. Challenge everything. Wasn't that their thing?
Dude, it's in the game, bro. Just listen.
No.
EA Sport. Good. But yeah, what a time. Long time ago that
I'm
was.
telling you, I work there.
I was
know
in
you don't.
EA back in the 6th generation.
We're playing Dead Space 3
Sure,
in the coming
we'll play Dead
weeks.
Space 3.
Yeah, I'll be there to watch. Let me know when you guys are doing that. I want to watch.
Oh yeah, we'll do it tonight.
Coming weeks.
We'll-
Look out, Twan. Coming
We'll
soon.
do it tonight.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah, we'll
I'm
do it
not
tonight.
doing that tonight.
So,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well,
I
we'll do
can't
it tomorrow
do that
then.
tonight.
We'll do it literally
No.
anytime you want to do it, Ham.
But yeah, in the coming weeks, we will
Yeah.
be doing that.
Yeah, we'll totally do that.
Yeah,
I've
we're
got
gonna link
I
up.
only
I'm
waited like-
downloading
I only
it
waited
right
like 2
now,
years.
and I'm totally not fucking lying, and I'm absolutely not gonna never play that shit. So, yeah,
That's right. I'm excited
yeah, you should
because
be.
Matt,
You
because
should
Matt
be
would
excited.
never lie.
You know I wouldn't, because I'm also
Because
very
Matt
excited.
would never lie.
Nope, I never lie
He's a
about shit like
God.
that.
He's a God-fearing Mormon.
I never lie about things that I'm clearly fucking lying about right now. I never do that.
See, he never do that. See,
Exactly.
he never lie.
So, you finished what you were playing, or what you've been playing.
Yeah, I've been playing Avowed, Atomic Fall, or Atom Fall, excuse me, and Sniper Elite Resistance. That's what I've been playing lately. I actually beat Avowed in like 30 hours. It's kind of mid.
Why not 10 hours? Why not say 10?
It was it was mid. I had to get the full experience. I had to get the full experience, and I'm here to tell you guys right now, you guys, Avowed, pass.
You should have beat it in 10 hours, like the guy who beat Starfield in 10 hours and then said it was mid. You should have done that.
Well, you know, I try to be a little more transparent and long-winded with my review process.
Yeah.
Processes.
I'm sure, bud. Well, good luck. Good luck with all that nonsense.
Don't play it, Matt.
I'm gonna play it, bud. I'm gonna get that
Don't
premium edition. I'm gonna go for that steelbook.
That's disgusting.
That's too bad.
Imagine buying premium like gutter sludge.
Ham. Play. You know what you should do, Ham? You should play BioShock Infinite. That's what you should do.
No, man. No, we're not going to talk about BioShock Infinite.
You should try.
We're not going to talk about that game.
You should really get into BioShock Infinite.
I don't want to get into that, man. That's an uncomfortable game.
I think you like it, but I think you really enjoy it.
The game ain't right.
That game is really, really good. I think you enjoy it. I think you'd have a fun time. But as for myself, instead of going over everything I played over the holiday, because it's a lot of shit, buddy, I'm gonna focus on the last couple things I played, which were Heavy Rain. I beat Heavy Rain. First time ever playing that. That was fantastic.
Man, I remember I got like the worst ending in that game.
Dude,
so
I went out of my way to get, at least what I thought would be the best ending. And my ending was good. I got a good ending. But, dude, I was doing everything I could to make sure I wasn't looking shit up. I didn't want to look shit up because I feel like that would kind of spoil that sort of game for me.
I did 100% blind.
Same. Same.
And like it was just like the most depressing ending. Like his son dies, he like kills himself. You know, the guy
Jesus
like
Christ,
fucking.
yeah,
Jeez
It was like it was like
Louise,
the
man.
worst ending. Like I was like,
Jesus.
man, did I beat this game? I don't even know. Like
Yeah, well, that wasn't my ending. I'll tell you that.
know.
And then I played Beyond Two Souls. That game was also great, phenomenal. And now I'm playing Detroit Become Human. That game so far is also phenomenal.
Alan
So,
Mid.
what? What are you talking about, Alan Mid?
I just seen Alan Wake and it just made me scream mid inside my head.
Ellen mid. That's
Alan
funny.
Wake is wait the first one or the second one?
Both the all of the
The
mid,
franchise,
the Wake.
the whole
Because the
franchise.
second one's one of the greatest horror games ever made.
Yeah, if you didn't play
No,
Mighty
I'm
Wolf,
just kidding. I haven't played either one of them, and I've been wanting to play it, but I haven't been wanting to play it. If that makes sense.
You should check out the
Another
first one. I
game
think I
that I
own
want
it.
to play that
I think so.
I've been kind of standoffish, and it's for the 360, I believe. I don't know that they might have made a updated version of it, but I don't know. You guys will have to let me know. But Condemned 1 and 2.
I
oh
thought they
yeah,
were doing remasters of those. I thought it was the same people doing them who did the Thing remaster just recently. I thought they said they were doing Condemned remasters. I could be wrong on that.
Well, I have 1 and 2 on my 360,
were those
and I'm
backwards
pretty sure it's
compatible?
backwards compatible.
Yeah, it
I
is.
want to say it's
I
backwards
think
compatible.
I'm sure I've seen it in the Xbox. I don't see why it wouldn't be. I know I've seen Condemned 1. I don't know about Condemned 2, but I would be surprised if Condemned 2 is not backwards compatible
I
in the
might
first
play
place.
Condemned 1 tonight just to give it a shot.
I thought we were doing Dead Space 3.
I told
Yeah,
you in the weeks coming we will be. Let's move on, Matt. Let's move on.
literally every night. But yeah, that's what I've been playing. Uh, I mean that and like a shit ton of Forza. But that's just kind of my relaxing game. But we can actually get into some topics here. First off, I'm gonna get. Let's actually do this one. Let's talk about Nintendo a little bit because I mean I'm not the biggest Nintendo fan. I know
Into-
Ham probably likes Nintendo more than I do, and I know for a fact that Twan likes Nintendo more than I do. So let's talk a little bit about the Switch 2 because that
I think
is
you should let
rumored.
Twan run through that like the nastiest,
Well,
beast of all time. Just let him run through it.
Well, that's
honestly,
I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna pass it off to Twan to see what his thoughts and everything, and
Mm.
if he thinks it's happening. But like,
Let
so the
him
Switch
run
2
through that, bud.
is
I mean, this.
rumored to be revealed this week. So Twan,
Okay,
are
am I
you
going?
excited for the Switch? Are you getting it day
Well,
one, Twan?
yeah, of course I'm gonna get it day one. Yeah, there's
That
like
was a
no
dumb
question.
question.
But yeah, I'm definitely. I like. Hopefully, that the problem is if I could get it at day one because who knows? It might even be a pain in the ass to get. Like that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. But I mean, there's
I
no
would
way this thing's
imagine.
gonna. Yeah, there's no way this thing's just gonna come out and everyone's gonna be able to get it. Just fine. No, this thing's gonna. There's gonna be a bit of a struggle getting this thing. Like I remember even the Switch One was really hard to get. Like I remember I had to like stay up at like 3 in the morning just to get it like day one. Like it was really. It was definitely it was tough. But yeah, the thing, at least from what I've seen, like I do think a reveal is gonna come very soon because we've been getting all these leaks. People have been showing them off. Like it's a thing that exists. It's out there. Like it's happening, right? So it's just a matter of
Oh,
when, and
definitely.
I'm pretty sure it's for sure gonna come this year. Like it's gonna happen, and yeah, it's just in a matter of when Nintendo wants to show it off, and I think it's gonna be very soon. So yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, like it's definitely a Switch. Like to me, it just kind of just looks like a Switch, but now there's like magnets to like put on the Joy-Con instead of sliding them on. And yeah, I mean, other than that, like the hardware, in my opinion, isn't like that like exciting to me. Like it really just looks like a beefed up Switch at the end of the day. And nothing wrong with that. It's just an improved Switch. So that's what a lot of people wanted. So that's what Nintendo's doing. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I just want to see the games for it. I mean, I can't really get too excited for hardware if I don't know what I'm going to be playing on it. So yeah,
Sure.
so at this point, I'm pretty much just waiting for the games to come out, or not even for the games to come out, but for them to show off the games. And yeah, because like I said, at the end of the day, it's just a more powerful Switch. So, and I'm not really the type of person to really buy like multi-plats on the Switch. I usually just I'd rather get them either on the Xbox or the PS5. So like I'm not really in the market for that unless there's like a third party exclusive or something like that. But yeah, I'm mostly getting games on other platforms. So like that part, I don't really care too much about that part. It's mostly the first party side of things that I'm more interested in, obviously. So yeah. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. I got it's for me. It's more mostly out of obligation. I don't want to get locked out of playing Nintendo games. So I got to get one. That's just how it works with Nintendo, right? So that's it.
One's gotta have it.
Yeah, I gotta have it.
So I can't not have that thing.
Yeah.
So, damn. I think I already know the question or the answer to this. Uh, what about you? Switch 2, or is that a day one thing for you?
Well, that depends if it exists.
No.
If it exists. Well, we're assuming that it does.
I don't think it's coming. I don't think Switch is the next thing Nintendo's doing.
Oh, really? Wait, think they're gonna do
That's
the DS,
interesting.
the 4DS?
I think Nintendo is like a 360 like console, and it's gonna be nothing but old games. It's just gonna be a big dock. It's just gonna be a big dock that goes up to 1080p. He used the same ass Switch though.
So then, basically, any Nintendo console. I mean, I guess
It's gonna be just called. It's just gonna be called the Nintendo. That's all it's gonna be called.
Just a reboot,
Yep, call it the
Well,
Nintendo
everyone
one.
says like, "Hey, get it off of the Nintendo," so they might as well just call it the Nintendo.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. But hypothetically, if you guys are right,
Yeah.
and there is a handheld coming out sometime in the near future, which I mean, the Lord told me that I doubt it, but not a lot of people like to listen to that. So I'd say I'd be willing to get it, but not probably like I'm kind of with Twan when it comes to the whole idea of what do they got to do on it. Like,
So
are
it's
we
like,
gonna are you gonna announce like because like I'm not gonna buy it to play Call of Duty. I can tell you that much.
yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
I mean, I know they have the whole deal with Microsoft going on, but like for me, I would like that to be able to play Call of Duty, but I'm not buying it to play Call of Duty, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just like a cool thing. But oh, that's cool,
Right, like
It's
I'd
like for the
love to
people that
link my Activision account with my
yeah.
Xbox One that can be on my PlayStation, that can be on my PC. I love all that, like the connectivity of all that. That's dope. Finally, but like, they announced a 1080p Metroid Prime. I'm probably in.
yeah.
I'm probably in. Like just like that. Like the sweet trifecta to get me to come right over, like with like to be like mad if I'm not there at launch, is if they had these three games like launching. Or I'm gonna list like 5 games, and if they had 3 of them, I would get it like immediately. Tears of the Kingdom, 60 FPS, 1080p, and that's for all the games. 60 FPS, 1080p. I'm not gonna keep saying that over and over. So Tears of the Kingdom, new Smash Brothers, new Mario Kart, new Mario game, like kind of like what they did with Cappy and whatnot. I forgot what that one's called.
Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, Mario Odyssey. God, that game is so fire.
It is a really good masterpiece.
Metroid Prime, or did I say Mario Kart already? A new Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. I think it's in Mario Kart already.
Yeah, Mario Kart and Super Smash. So yeah. If they had 3 of those like 5 games that I just said, then I would get one at launch.
Yeah.
But I'm not expecting them to. I'm expecting them to maybe have one of them and maybe also have like Zelda there too, just because it's already made. I really want Zelda there just because I haven't beat it and I'd really appreciate it at a better frame rate. Yeah. To be honest, it's just to be honest, with using the connectivity stuff and flying and stuff like that, it'd be a little nicer not to do that at 30 FPS. Like I can, but like on a little screen like that, and then maximizing it to a big screen doesn't really help that situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it looks pretty rough sometimes. But yeah, those would make me want to just get the Switch immediately. But if it had one of them, if it just had one of those games and Tears of the King, because I really think that's a given, then I think I would want to get it within the first like 3 months, I'd say. At that point, then it just wouldn't be like a day one pickup. Like I really gotta say I'm probably rocking with what Twan said. It just really depends on the catalog that they have on the launch of it, because that system, as low like I love Xbox for what they could do with their system and all the stuff that comes with it and whatnot, but Switch is not made like that. Mm-hmm. Switch is like supposed to be just games. Like you pick it up and play a game like right now.
Yeah, like the
right?
Switch
There's no beating around the bush.
That doesn't even have many features like on the
it doesn't even have that many apps, right?
Yeah, I don't even think it has Netflix right now. Like I don't even think
it doesn't have Netflix. It has Hulu. If they did, they might have just included Netflix if they do have it. But before they just had like Hulu and like a couple other apps. Like they didn't have that many.
Like it doesn't even have like it's kind of like when you actually look at it, it's kind of like bare bones in its actual features. You know, it's like just like games, store, go. That's it, you know. And even the friends list is kind of a pain in the ass to deal with because
it is
code and all that kind of shit. It's just not a good like. The PS Vita was more like advanced when it came to features than the Switch was, because you know at least with the Vita you have like party chats and everything, you know. Like you don't even have party chats on the Switch. It's just
which is nuts to which is just nuts to me.
Yeah.
But
so it's very.
It seems like the Switch is like slightly more advanced than like the Dreamcast, like honestly, fucking internet, like, damn near.
Even like some of the Dreamcast has more stuff going for it when it comes to its online functions. Honestly, like it's like some Dreamcast games did have voice chat in it. You know, it's like I don't know. It's definitely it's bare bones. It's bare bones.
So yeah, that would be a big deal. If I could get a native app on the Switch to be able to be in friends groups with and like chats, or like if they just put Discord on it, to be honest, like that'd be great.
That'd be really cool.
Have Discord on there. I mean, hopefully I can connect whatever headset I want to it, because I have a Steel Series. I forgot what it's called, like an Arctis 7, and it has the auxiliary cable, so hopefully they keep the auxiliary in case. I just want to make sure that I can get good quality sound out of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's totally fair. I mean, so
I thought it was weird that the Sony thing didn't they do something weird? Like, yeah, you couldn't use your old headset.
For what?
You couldn't use like the Sony Portal. Like you couldn't use like certain headsets with them.
Oh, I didn't even know that. That's dumb.
Like, wasn't it the wasn't it just the Pulse headsets that you could use with them?
I have no idea. I didn't know there was a restriction on what you could or could not use with that device.
Yeah, I thought yeah they have something weird going on with it like that, but that I mean the Portal, eh. So that thing is what it is. To me, I look at the Portal the same way I look at I think it was what Razer did or somebody did. Maybe no, it was
It was
Logitech.
Logitech. Logitech. Yeah.
Logitech
The
made
G Cloud.
uh
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
I seen that they came out with that, I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys stink.
Oh my! Congrats on reading the room. You guys nailed it. It's exactly what we've been asking for. Is the fucking Logitech G Cloud?
It's only made for Japan. Might as well be.
Jesus. Yeah, that thing is
Tight knit
just.
communities only.
Yeah, that's not for me, but I don't know. I don't really understand who that's for because at that point I'd just stream it to my phone or something and get like a Razer Kishi or whatever. And,
Yeah,
but
my brother, he got one of those backbones or whatever, right, for his phone.
yeah,
And yeah, he was doing it like a Steam Link. And yeah, he threw it in my room, like he showed it to me. I'm like, oh man, I was doing it. I was like, this is actually like it was pretty rock solid, honestly. I was actually
yep.
surprised. Like he was playing Dead Space. He showed me like the Dead Space remake. And yeah, it was working like really well. I was actually kind of shocked how well it was working.
It's so dependent on internet. Like
Yeah.
I've
Hmm.
had so many people tell me how bad xCloud is, and it's not the best, right? I won't say it's as good as GeForce now, but it's so dependent on the hardware that you're using top of on top of more or less like this, like everything depends on your internet, really, when it comes
Yeah.
down to it, and that stinks to me because me and Matt tested out GeForce Now on our TVs, and let
Oof.
us
Oof.
tell you,
That shit was hitting.
like,
I was fucking immersed, dude. I couldn't believe it. I was getting like a
that
good
shit
2
was
FPS.
devastating. That shit, I got it to work, and I was driving in Forza Motorsports. I was driving the BMW i8 in this like they have a super fast race that you could do where you're going like 250 miles, like 300 miles an hour, damn near. Like it seems like or something like that. You're going crazy fast, right? It's like a big kind of oval kind of track, right? Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was going straight because I was like, I'm gonna need to be able to drive. Like if I want to text the latency and how this game performs, and like give it like a little bit of time to load and just see like what's the best I can get out of this. Like let me play a game where I can just move fast and just have to like make small tweaks to continuously be able to play it. So I turned on that and just kind of just drove straight and it was going super fast, and my goodness, I felt like my TV like I felt like the Ethernet cord was getting red hot back
No.
there. Like it was not looking good on the screen. It was cooking. That shit was running at like he said 5 FPS. I won't say it was that bad. Like I'd say like I was getting about like 17
No.
or 16 FPS, and it was
A
just
lot of artifacting, I'm
chop,
assuming.
chop, 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 chop. Like it was
Yeah.
like I was watching it was like I was watching like a slideshow. It
Yes,
was
it
like I
looked
was
like you're
watching a
watching a
slideshow
slideshow.
within the i8.
It was. It's not good. Like I don't know what it is about the TV itself because we both got the same TV, and I don't know if it's like it needs a software update or something or what's going on because we both tried GeForce Now and then we tried just to see if it was different. We tried Xbox Cloud. And dude, I couldn't even get Xbox Cloud to like boot up a game. It just straight up like
No,
refused to do it.
me neither. We can get our controllers to hook up. Like I could use my controller on
Yeah.
GeForce Now, and I could use my controller to control my TV to go to the Xbox app and choose the game that I want to choose. But it wouldn't actually launch it. So no, you cannot slap a sticker on my TV and say this is an Xbox. It clearly is not. It's not at all.
No,
It is
not
not an
even a little
Xbox. It's not even a GeForce Now machine.
No.
Like it has nothing to do with oh, Microsoft did it again. Like it's not one of those. Like I can't play GeForce Now either.
Yeah.
Like the TV just isn't, and that's kind of something that I'm interested to see how the future goes, because as much as Xbox is like labeling this will work this way, and GeForce Now is getting bigger, and you got like Boosteroid out there getting bigger overseas. It's just like, dude, like how are these everyday equipment pieces that we use, these TVs that are smart now, but we clearly see, which you're going to eventually move into the next topic, which is like the 50 series cards, right? Which are all about. So I imagine, I only look at it this way, right? I feel like dude, I might as well just wait for this. I might as well just wait for this, because you're going to move into this topic, and I don't want to force you into it without you opening it the way that you want to. So let me just slow down.
Well, we can get right into this. And I'll say, on the topic of the Switch too, I mean, hey, things can change. I can be thoroughly impressed by what I see, and I can get it. The thing I always said was, if it has Metroid Prime 4, I'll get it. And that was under the assumption that Metroid Prime 4 isn't on the current Switch. And it seems like it's definitely going to be on the current Switch. And if that's the case, I don't know if I'm going to spend... Because I got a sick feeling Nintendo's going to ask $500 for this thing. And if that's the case, I'm not going to spend $500 to play Metroid Prime 4. Just play Metroid Prime, because that's all I would be doing, because that's the only game I fucking need from Nintendo is Metroid Prime.
Welcome to the corner with me and Swan.
Yeah. So like, if they come out and say, yo, like how you mentioned Zelda, like not only the 60 FPS. What's that?
What happens if they say all your catalog that you have
can
also be up-res? Where you at?
That's really cool. That's a lot more interesting.
I wonder if there's gonna be like performance upgrades for previous like games on the Switch one. That'd be really nice.
That'd be really interesting, but it would also have to be like for third-party games, because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I bought the Switch, the original Switch, not because I love Nintendo, not because I saw a game from Nintendo that I cared about, literally because in the first ad for the Switch, he was playing Skyrim on the fucking subway. That's why I bought it. I was like, I can play Skyrim without like hooking up to my TV. That's fucking incredible. Absolutely, I'm getting this. And that's why I got it. But like, now if they say
Skyrim 60 FPS on Switch?
No, 30. If they tell me Skyrim, if they tell me they up-res Skyrim, I mean, not just Skyrim, but games like Skyrim, like I own Doom 2016 on there. I own, me and you both own it, Witcher 3 on there. Ugh,
yikes. That's a, like, I regret that purchase almost as much as I regret Tiny Tina's Wonderland. Almost. Like, I'd rather have the Witcher on my Switch than Tiny Tina's Wonderland, though, on PC. I'm sorry. I hated Tiny Tina's Wonderland.
Tiny Tina's wasn't good, dude.
That was the worst $70 purchase ever.
The Witcher 3, The Witcher 3, dude, was, like, I love that game. And I was like, oh, of course I'll buy it on Switch. Why not? Like, I fully expected, it's probably going to look a lot worse. It'll probably run worse. Whatever. Dude, it looks so much worse. And it runs so much, like astronomically worse.
It's bad.
And And I was
It's
like,
insane they even got it there.
exactly. It's literally insane that I thought for some reason I should get this here, but I
Yeah.
did, and it was exactly what I should have expected it to be.
Yeah.
So that's in fact that's the last AAA third party game I've ever got on my Switch.
I can only imagine optimizing that game for the Switch.
Dude,
Man,
That
I
was a
mean,
big
just
job, by the way.
having to look at what you're doing to that game had to
it,
make some people like
Is this
depressed.
even worth
I
it?
just assume.
So they're probably like, as they're making that, probably like, is this even worth it at this point? Just like
dude,
all the
the
time this-
amount of times they must have said that. The amount of
Yeah.
times they must have said that for even smaller games. Like, think Outer Worlds, the first one is on Switch.
Oh yeah, I always forget that.
Bro, Ark is on Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, my brother
If
actually bought Ark on Switch. Oh my gosh, it was so
dude,
bad. It
I
took
remember
like
playing
20 minutes
Ark on
to
the
boot up.
original fat Xbox One, and I was like, dude, this, because I was really excited for it, and I played it, and I was like, dude, this is fucking terrible. I can't even see really what I'm doing. The frame rate is so bad. Let alone playing it on a Switch.
Yeah, imagine that, but the Switch.
I just no, thank you. Like
Yeah.
it makes me really appreciate what they did with Doom 2016, and I'm sure Eternal as well, because I didn't buy Eternal on Switch, but from all reports, the port is amazing. But like,
I'm
it makes me.
assuming every rock in Ark on the Switch looks like a bean.
It probably
It
does.
just looks like a fucking couple beans next to each other.
Just a fucking potato with the skin still on it.
The most like
Just
shit stained looking terrain, just rubbed all over the place.
looks like
Just
an
looks like
oil
a
painting.
yeah. Just looks like fucking Bob Ross was fucking in the 1600s.
Let's paint a little rock over here. I'm gonna paint
Just
a little
fucking
dinosaur over here.
just
That's
uppercutted a fucking paintball into the wall.
dude. But if they do the whole library and that includes third-party stuff like up-res and 60 FPS, then it becomes like I gotta give it a serious thought of like, okay, now that's
I'd say that
pretty
the more
awesome.
doubtful it sounds. God damn.
What's that?
The more you say this, the less
More
likely it sounds.
that I'm getting it.
No, the less likely it sounds that things are going to be at 60 FPS from the previous.
Oh, dude, that's what I'm saying. If they somehow manage to do it, because there's stuff on the Switch, especially third party and even first party, Pokemon, looking at you, where it's not even really 30 FPS. Like there's stuff on
Oh
the
yeah.
Switch where it's just like 15 FPS,
Mhm.
and you just got to deal with it. So if they can get it to 60 at a higher resolution, then hats off to you. God bless you that you've got a tempting console. You got a pretty tempting console for me, but we got to see it. But if it's just Metroid Prime 4, I think I'll just grab Metroid Prime 4 on my Switch, and then at a later time, I'll probably pick up the Switch 2 whenever I get the itch for it, I guess. But I don't think I'm going to be grabbing that day one, to be real. But to mention or to get into the topic him was alluding to, which is a topic for today, the RTX 50 series, because CES was last week, and I don't think it's over at this point, but it was all
Yeah,
last
it is
week,
over.
and Nvidia, AMD, everybody, Intel, everyone had their own little keynotes for CES. But the one we're talking about today is Nvidia, because I'll tell you what, I think I put it in the title. Nvidia's lost their damn minds or something. Um, Now, if you're not up to date with what happened at CES, specifically with Nvidia, they announced the 50 series, RTX 50 series of graphics cards. The flagship being the 5090 at $2,000, which I think everybody who was following this wasn't too surprised by that price point. It's a steep price, but I feel like everybody kind of expected 2 grand at this point. The surprises were the RTX 5080 at 1,000, which is about right, but I was surprised they didn't overprice it. So I guess good on them in that regard. And then the 5070 at $550. But the biggest talking point came from when Jensen announced, I hope I'm saying that right. Jensen announced 4090 performance with the $550 5070. And then immediately afterwards, he said, none of this is possible without AI. He just threw that in there real quick and kept it moving. And then it wasn't until a little bit later, and you started watching videos about people who were at CES and got hands on with the GPUs and everything, that it's not, that's not the case. And I think I told you, I know I told you about it, Ham. There was like a slide on Nvidia's website where they were this is what DLSS 4 looks like with multi-frame generation, and it was like, here's Cyberpunk running on I want to say it was the 5090, with everything turned all the way up 4K, and it was like 30 FPS, like 28 FPS or something like that. And then now here it is with DLSS 4 multi-frame generation turned on, and it was like 230 FPS, and I'm like, that for me, that's not good, because that you're playing the game, like, that's a lot of latency. And I know that's like the big talking point. And I know you specifically, Ham, were kind of holding out to see what they announced at CES, because I know you at some point are planning to upgrade your computer and you're looking into a few things right now. So, what are your? I mean, I was watching it with you, and we were both pretty excited when they showed the $550. So, but what are your thoughts, given about a week to sit on it? Uh, Looking back, what are your thoughts on
I
Nvidia's?
think it's 579
What's
for
that?
the. I think it was 579 for the 5070.
549.
Was it 549?
Yeah.
So what is the one that is? What's the TI price?
Oh,
No, is that 759?
799. Oh yeah,
799.
759.
Okay.
759.
Is that 759? Okay.
Yeah,
Just like,
yeah.
yeah, there it is. I was gonna say something's flipped around, something around there. God damn it! But there it is. So say yeah, 759. I was looking at that, either TI or the 80,
Hmm.
and because both of those have 16 gigabytes of VRAM, right? And they're
Yes.
supposed to be, and they say, the power of the 4090 and the 5070 wouldn't be without the power of AI. When I put those two things together, that kind of makes sense to me. Because to me, it's just saying, to me, what I'm hearing when I hear that is I'm going to get 4070 hardware, but with 5070 AI type shit. That will give me like, because I'm still getting the same amount of, or actually I'm getting more VRAM. Am I right? Am I getting more?
No, 12 gigs versus 12. It's 4070 is 12 and 5070 is 12.
Well, like I said, TI.
Oh yeah, Ti 16. Yeah. So
It's
yeah.
16, yeah. So it'd still be 16 because I'm looking at the 5070 Ti or the 5080. Those would be the two that I'd be looking at from that,
Hmm.
right? Or I'd just go for the crazy thing, but I don't know. I don't think the wife would let that happen. She'd probably have to put her foot down at some point. She'd be like, "All right, man, the last thing that you ever gonna buy," that kind of shit. Uh, but um, but no. I would be satisfied, I think, with the 5070 Ti, just because it does have that VRAM power behind it, but it also has the AI upscale that makes my 30 series card definitely look abysmal, especially seeing the I pay. Because you got to keep this into mind as well. I paid over, like after taxes, or before taxes, I paid $1,000 before taxes for my 3080
Shit. Yeah.
in the shortage time,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that was like $50, I believe, over MSRP. I think it was at the time it was like $50 over MSRP at that time because the prices ended up going down like a year later, but I bought it like early 2021
We
is
don't
when I
talk about
bought
the
it.
time I bought mine.
Oh man, Twan, we're not Twan. You're a
Yeah.
special individual. You just got done talking about you buying a box.
Yeah.
So
A
you just got done buying a
$600
box.
box.
I'm talking about things at MSRP, Twan. You're so far away from MSRP. It's
Oh
not
yeah,
even
I'm
funny.
like maybe like 1,000 over SMRP. Like I don't know.
Yeah. You're out of the ballpark, bud.
Yeah,
But
I'm
like
not.
I bought mine at MSRP. I got a 10 gigabyte VRAM 3080 for $1,000 MSRP. So me getting a 5070 Ti for 759 with 16 gigabytes of VRAM and the 3 times frame generation to me is a monumental upgrade. Now, looking at maybe somebody like yourself or 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 like a Mike that has a 4080, he already has 16 gigabytes of VRAM. So all he'd be doing
Mm-hmm.
is getting 3 times the frame generation, which I'm not sure if that makes sense. And then you have the 4070, you have 12 gigabytes of VRAM, is that right?
12 gigabytes.
Yeah, you have 12 gigabytes of VRAM, so you're missing out on 4 gigabytes of VRAM and a little bit
Mm-hmm.
of extra frame generation. So, and you guys both like bought your stuff like within like the last year. So like it's like I can see it from your guys' point of view where it's like not really that big of a deal or worth it or that great. But when you're looking at it through my eyes, I mean, Twan's eyes are like completely cross-eyed. He's like he
He's
doesn't
glazed
see
over.
anything.
Yeah.
You see what he rocking. It don't make any sense. But
It's like
like for me, like I look at it like, man, I got a 3080. I paid um an extra and that's only 3/4. The 5070 Ti is only 3/4 of what I paid for the 3080, and putting together the rest of my rig would be like I can make a stronger rig with the rest of my stuff for cheaper than what my rig is now that I bought. If that makes sense. With that 5070 Ti.
Yeah.
Like I could put together a rig that's more powerful and still have probably spent less than what I spent on the current rig that I have right now. And to me that's a pretty big upgrade in between time. I hear you how scary it is with the whole AI thing, but I'm looking
Sure.
at like, hey, I got 16 gigabytes of VRAM compared to 10 before, and I
Mm-hmm.
should be set with that for the remainder and the next generation. Like completely. Like if
Yeah.
things were to go to like 2034 or 36 or again or something like that, I should be set at least until then.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, so, and my only real problem with the frame gen is that they're advertising that, like, because I think frame gen, because I use frame gen whenever, like, not in multiplayer games, but like if I'm playing like Cyberpunk, I turn frame gen on. I don't give a shit. I turn it on, and I think it's in Witcher 3 also. I'll turn it on in Witcher. Like, I like that shit and like single
Wouldn't
player
you?
stuff. Exactly. It's added at the very least the perception of more performance, and at the very least a perception of more smoothness, which is like, why not? But my only issue with it is when they're like, when they come out with like the 5070 and they're like, it's 4090 performance, but it's only possible with AI. It's like, well, then it's not really 4090 performance, because if you were to take out DLSS 4 and put that 5070 versus 4090, it's getting fucking smoked.
Well, but that's a 5070, and it's also not accounting for like.
True.
It's saying 50. It's saying 49 performance just because of. It's more or less speaking to the gamer for the hertz, right? Like for more FPS, right? So it's getting the same, like it's getting more frames per second than. It's kind of like when you turn on frame generation on a 4060 to my 3080, right? It's the exact same thing. It's
Sure.
literally the exact same thing. You're getting that frame generation from that 4060, even though I have more raw power in my 3080. Like, it's literally the exact same thing.
Sure.
But, like, I don't know.
I just
To me, clearly, the 5080 and the 5090. I mean, that's at least the 59. I don't know. Maybe the 40. Maybe the 5080 isn't. But the 5090 clears the 4090. Like, I'd say with fair ease.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that. I like, I would just not. I just don't want. I mean, I guess, and the thing is, it doesn't really matter what I want because Nvidia. That's the thing with Nvidia is like they're making stupid money with AI. So the fact that I could get, I like me getting on a show and being like, I don't like that. It's like, so they don't give a fuck. They're like $1 trillion company. They're like one of the most valuable companies in the world right now, off the back of AI. They could give a shit. So it's like at the end of the day, they're doing what they're doing. God bless them, and it seems to be working out quite well for them. So can't really argue with the results. I just look at that and I'm like, that's not real perform. Like I wouldn't like if I was playing, I don't know, Call of Duty, because Call of Duty lets you turn on frame gen. Like if I was playing Call of Duty competitively, I was taking it serious and I was like really into esports, I would absolutely not turn on frame gen under any circumstance because that's added latency, and they're basically advertising 3 times added latency with multi-frame generation, which is like, that's cool. The technology is fucking awesome. The fact that they can even do that is fucking sick. But like, don't advertise that as like, yo, this is real raw performance, because it's not. That's my only issue with it. But like,
I guess that's the same argument though that like car connoisseurs have, where they're like, a Dodge Viper rolls up and then somebody with a Nissan 240 rolls up that's
hell
all
yeah.
souped up. See, you say hell yeah to that, right? It's all
I just
souped
like
up.
the 240, yeah.
Yeah, but a 240
No, yeah, I
has
get it.
no chance
Yes, I get it.
stock.
No,
It
not
has
at all.
no chance stock. But like, you soup that thing up, it could whiz by a Viper.
Sure.
Unfortunately, because the Viper is my favorite car. But like, that's just like, I mean, that's kind of the way I guess I look at it. It's just like, because when my 3080 got beat FPS wise by the 3060 and or not 3060, the 4060 and the 4070 before the TI versions even came out, just from the frame generation, you don't think I was feeling type of way. I was feeling some type of way, like, dude, like, y'all got stronger off of some bullshit. Like, come on. Like, that's how I'm feeling. And so now that I see it happening with the people that have 40 series cards, I'm like, don't like it, do you? It doesn't feel too good.
Sure.
That's the way I guess I kind of look at it. Because it's
Yeah,
just
I
like,
mean,
what else did they put under the hood other than AI? So what? That's what I asked about the 40 series car. I was like, what else did they put under the hood other than your fake? Because remember, I was dogging on you and Mike. I was like, your fake frames. I used to always say that to you guys.
Yeah.
Fake frames, and now these fake frames are going nuts, and you guys are like, it's out of control.
But like the 4090 is like a quantum leap over the 3090, just in raster performance. The 5090 is a leap over the 4090, but it's not nearly the leap uh, over the 4090 that the 4090 was over the 3090. So like in
Well, you can't
raster,
add too much more power because it's going to be like, what are you able? How are you going to run this thing in your home? There's
I
things like
get that.
California with the power
Exactly. Yeah.
regulations and stuff like that. So it's like, dude, you're already pulling what 600 watts for that thing.
Yes. I get that. That literally my only problem is with the marketing of it. I have no problem with that thing
I guess
existing and
that's fair.
people wanting it. And people wanting it and people thinking it's fucking awesome because I'll admit what they're doing is really cool. But like the way they're marketing it, like they're telling like average gamers, yo, your 5070 is just as good as a 4090. And the average gamer is not going to question that. They're just going to be like, oh, fuck, for real? And they're going to get that shit, and it's going to be 12 gigabytes, and in 3 years, they're going to hit a fucking brick wall. And they're going to be like, oh, well, I guess it wasn't. And that's just kind of lame to me. But it is what it is.
That's what's happening with my 3080 right now, bro. To be
Yeah.
real, that's what's happening right now with my 3080. Like you're telling somebody to be sad about what's literally happening to me right now.
But
Like
like,
I have 10 gigabytes of VRAM. How many games do you think I can play before I run into a pretty hefty wall where I'm like, all right, everything's
sure.
medium or low now in certain areas. Like Cyberpunk, for instance, like that game runs really well, but like there are certain missions where like I can't even think about putting on something like ray tracing. And then even with the ray tracing on, I'm going down to like 70 FPS on a 3080, which is supposed to be super duper strong, right? And that's with
Yeah.
frame generation on.
Yeah.
So that's what software frame generation, not hardware frame generation like you guys have in the
Yes.
40 series.
Yes. And I see what you're saying, but my whole point is like that, like the fact that you're going through that isn't good. That's my whole point. It's like they've sold you like the thing, like the premium thing, especially in the case of the 3080, where it's like this is the premium. I mean, you know, the 3090 existed, but like that wasn't. Most people weren't buying the 3090. Let's be real. But like the 3080 is like the premium thing, just like the 4080 is a premium thing, just like the 5080 is a premium thing. They're selling that to you, and granted, with the 5080 you get 16 gigabytes of VRAM, just like with the 4080, so that's positive. But like in a couple years with like the 5070, like I'm literally going to be in the same position as you are right now with my card because I got a 4070 Ti. It's 12 gigabytes, and in two, if we're really pushing it, 3 years, that's not going to be enough. That will not be enough. So I'm going to be in the exact same position where like, ah, shit, now I got to upgrade and I got to go through like the process of deciding which one I want to get and what
3
company I'm
years
going
is a
with.
fast turnaround, buddy.
Yeah.
3 years is a fast turnaround for a card. And I didn't expect my card to be turned around that quick. But once I seen that you guys got frame generation, and then I heard that not only does there 40 series, but there's a 50 series coming
Mm-hmm.
out. Oh, and then not even just that. There's also the cancellation of them making even the 40 series cards. I was like, something right.
Yeah. They're done with it.
I was like,
Yeah.
dude, my 30 series is in trouble. Like,
Yeah, dude.
oh man, that's not good.
That's and that's why like for I know for me, like next time when I go to upgrade, I'm gonna really pay close attention because the funny thing about the card I have is it's actually when they announced the 40 series, it was the 4080 12 gigabyte. And then everybody was like, we don't like that. That's bullshit. That's a lie. And then Nvidia's like, okay, yeah, you caught us. We'll call it the 4070 Ti. And so they had to do that. But like, when I go to upgrade again, I'll definitely be focusing on like, what can I get around probably, let's call it $600 that has the most VRAM that offers the most performance. And that's what I'll get. So, it's
So what do
just,
you want, like an XTX?
well, I mean, if they even do an XTX, because right now they got the 9070 XT and the 9070 non X anything. So like, we'll see what that looks like. But like, AMD seems to be the one who's really pushing VRAM at the moment. Granted, Nvidia did just say 5090 has fucking like 32 gigabytes of VRAM or something silly. So there's that. But like, I'm not getting a $2,000 GPU. So if AMD's got like 16 gigabytes or 20 gigabytes would be even better. Like what Blind just got in his computer. That's probably what I would go with. I'd probably go with that. Um, but yeah, that's definitely something I'm gonna pay attention to. Twan, I
Oh,
know, I know you're dying to upgrade to an
bro, I think
RTX.
I think if I plug that thing on my motherboard, it'll explode.
Your
Like, on
power
There's no way.
supply, your power supply honestly might just kill itself
well, to be
if
fair,
you
I
plug
actually
that
have
in.
to be fair, I actually do have a really good power supply, but I got one that was
How
like
many watts?
I don't know, but it's like because remember last time
Yeah,
when we were about to have a
one of
show,
those.
I was trying to turn it on and my computer wasn't turning on. I remember. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes,
But,
I do.
so yeah, my computer wasn't turning on, so I got like a nice power supply. It was like top rate and everything. So it's definitely it's a good power supply. I think it could handle it.
That doesn't mean anything, Swan. You don't
Yeah,
understand, bud.
I'm sure it's a
I
good
was just
power
gonna, I was gonna say I
supply.
And you're like,
overpaid
it's
for
still in warranty.
Yeah. I mean,
but
because
Has
the
nothing
thing
to
you know,
do
is,
with it.
but
if
you
you
know the
plug
way
in
I
a
overpay for
5090,
things.
you might need to use that warranty. You might have to use it.
I tell you what, Swan, like plugging in just a 50 series card into that PC, I mean, that's like the equivalent to just, I don't know, being a bird going through the engine of a plane. It's just like that power supply wouldn't even see it coming. It'd just be gone.
No, I'm not worried. Trust me, I'm not worried about the power supply. I'm worried about the motherboard. Like I don't even know if it'd be able
Oh
to handle it.
man.
Like
That'd be gone too.
Every piece of that thing, that thing would get like they would catch secondhand smoke. Every everything would just explode.
Turn Twan's computer into a flamethrower.
But like honestly, like I plugged that thing in, and I don't even think the motherboard would be able to support the weight because it's a mini motherboard I have. It's not like a big one.
You might wake up to your neighbors asking you if you're all right.
I wake up blacked out in the street. But yeah,
Yeah.
One just
just
hears a flashbang sound and just it's
Yeah. It all says
over.
I just all I do is just click it in like I just click it in and I just don't remember the next like 2 days. Just a blank.
Twan wakes up in the park or something on a bench.
Wakes up in prison.
This man committed arson on a whole block of houses. Jeez.
Did something so damn dumb. They took him to prison.
So yeah. So Ham, you're definitely interested in the 50 series.
I
I'm
need to get a whole ass PC. Fuck.
Yes, you do, Twan.
Yeah,
I
keep in
can't
mind I'm
stress.
not in a hurry for it because I want to see how these companies maneuver and how things get sold and prices, and that's the thing that I'm interested in is like because it seems like every year there's a new set of hardware. I bet you by what's it 2025 2028 60 series.
Oh yeah, it was probably about
2028 60
2027.
series, and it's gonna be the 60 70 dogs out the 60 90 or 50 90 or whatever, right?
Yep.
So it's gonna be the same old thing. So I'm just kind of like, I'm not saying I'm gonna wait until the 60 series, but I'm just saying that like I'm not in an absolute like super rush to get something. I'm trying to make sure that I get the best bang for my buck, because I think a lot of these companies are starting to realize they gotta make it make sense.
Yeah.
They're gonna have
That's
to make it make sense, and
that'd be cool.
AMD, AMD and Intel, they're gonna have to be interesting to get people's attention away from Nvidia.
I think. Well, yeah. I think Nvidia's taking the attention. Like Nvidia is like in a whole different. Because I made the joke today on. I went on the show with Loke and Oshus and Ty, and I think it was Oshus who asked me because I was showing the parts for Loke's computer, and Oshus was like, "Why don't you go with Nvidia for the graphics card?" And I was like, I made just joking. I was like, Nvidia doesn't make graphics cards for like normal people anymore. Obviously a joke, but like, dude, like their budget option for the 50 series, the lowest price thing that they have announced right now is $550. That's like I remember my first graphics card in my computer, my first one was like $120. That's a fucking quantum leap. Granted, that card's way more powerful than what was in my first PC, but it's like it's one of those things like they're not even in the same price bracket as
If
AMD or
Loke
Intel.
wanted to upgrade to a 50 series card, could he swap one in?
Yeah, I got him a 750 watt power supply. He couldn't swap in a 5090.
No,
He
just like a
definitely
5070.
yeah he could put in a 5070 on that thing for sure. He can put whatever he wants into that as long as it's not
You
like
can put it on
some.
that thing.
He could. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. uh,
Ah,
every time
God.
I hear that, my gut instinct is to just say that. That's
Oh
not
my
good.
goodness.
Uh, but but yeah, like yeah, I think it's cool. I think as long as there's competition, I think everybody can be happy. Nvidia's not really competing with anybody, but AMD and Intel are definitely competing, and hopefully that leads to good things for people who are looking for some reasonable price thing. But yeah, that's that. We can actually get into.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
come to
definitely
PS5.
no, no. We're because we've been going for an hour and almost 30 minutes. We're skipping over that, buddy.
I don't know.
Because here's the thing, Twan. We'll probably talk about that next week when the next rumor about another game coming to
Yeah,
PS5 comes
Perfect
out.
Dark. Perfect Dark.
Exactly. Yeah. Whenever like Halo 6 gets announced at PS5 show. Okay, so whatever shit
PS5
happens.
exclusive.
Yeah, then we'll talk about it next week. But this week, to end the show, because this is our final topic, we've been going for a minute at this point. I want to talk about the developer direct
Yeah.
because that I think is going to be very interesting. Just given off of what we know. I mean, like Doom: The Dark Ages, cannot wait. South
Mhm.
of Midnight, I'm very interested in that. Expedition 33, Claire Stewart looks fucking sick. And then there's a mystery game, but also, if I'm not mistaken, the last two developer directs, or the only two developer directs at this point, all had 5 games.
Well, they actually, I've been hearing there's a rumor going around that the secret game that they have planned is gonna be a Jap. It says it's gonna be a
Yeah.
new game in a very quote unquote legendary Japanese series apparently.
Now
So
I'm gonna ask you, Swan, because I'm glad you brought that up because I was
yeah,
literally gonna ask you. I was
yeah,
gonna mention that rumor and then ask you, what do you think if that rumor is true? Let's say that rumor is
yeah.
true. What do you think that game ends up being?
I'm thinking. I think it has a good chance of possibly being Resident Evil. I think. I think that's the.
That's actually pretty good. and I wasn't even thinking about
What,
that.
Code Veronica?
I don't know. Well, it says it's a brand new, so I think this might be Resident Evil 9. I think.
Oh,
Yeah.
That would be
okay.
interesting, and I never even considered that. Just I know Capcom's a Japanese studio, but I never make that connection when it comes to Resident Evil for some reason.
Yeah.
So that would be pretty interesting.
I mean, I'm
Ham,
not really
if
sure what else. Some people were thinking it might be an Atlas game like Persona 6. Some people were thinking as well. But
well,
I mean,
there's
I
I
guess,
think
also
that'd be insane.
yeah.
that would be a big deal. There's also I know we
Not big
mentioned
deal, cool, insane. I mean, just insane. Like not that cool to me.
yeah, but that would
Like
be
I think it'd
like
be cool to get that game, but like it just wouldn't be that exciting to me.
that wouldn't be a showstopper for you.
To it wouldn't be that like, oh my god, like legendary IP comes out of nowhere kind of thing. It's like, oh okay, it's like Persona 5 isn't that old.
Mhm.
Like it
Yeah,
hasn't been shelved that
Yeah.
long
Well,
for
Persona
for
as
it
a
to be
series
well.
has been around for like almost around 30 years at this point. So I mean, it is definitely an
Jesus.
old series. So
It's an old series, sure, but like I said, like Persona 5, I think even if they say, hey, Persona 6 is coming out, it'll be amazing, right? But like I'm expecting like when at the Game Awards when they announced Okami, like that
yeah,
was pretty nuts, right?
yeah.
Like that came out of nowhere, and that's what I'm talking about. Like I heard a few pretty interesting games today. One that I wanted to throw out that I haven't seen for a long time. I mean, I kind of doubt that it's coming, but at the same time, it'd be amazing if it did. Is Dead or Alive? I'd love to see Dead or Alive make a comeback, especially since I'm seeing King of Fighter out there.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, there's Virtual Fighter too now.
or yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Virtual Fighter out there. Because yeah, that was at the whole CES thing that they showed
yeah.
off a little bit, and they also showed it just a little bit of it at the Game Awards, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that would be.
I mean, when was the last Dead or Alive? I feel like it wasn't like that long ago. I think there was one on the PS4. I'm pretty sure.
I don't think so, bud.
Yeah, because I
Was there?
remember there was one on the PS4 that actually included the main character from Virtual Fighter as like a bonus character. I remember that, but I forgot which one. Like I haven't really kept up with it, so I don't really know exactly. But I do know there was one on the
Oh wow,
PS4.
there was a Dead or Alive back in 2019. I guess it hasn't.
Yeah, maybe
Holy
maybe it's
shit!
not paying
Wow.
attention. I guess I don't know.
Well, hold on a second. Yeah, that did not make a very good showing back up. You know what would be insane? I look at this and I don't know why I haven't thought of it until just now. But it would be nuts if they brought Shinmu back.
I mean, I would definitely like a Shenmue 4 for sure. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever played Shenmue 3 actually?
I haven't played the third one, although I own it. I haven't
Uh,
played it though.
yeah, it was kind of like honestly, it didn't really need to happen. Honestly, like I don't think much really got
That's
done
what
in the
I've
game.
heard. Like I
Yeah.
like I played the first and second one, but I haven't played the third one. And I heard
It
the
was
third one was
fine.
just really bad.
I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was just like basically if you played it, it's like if they released a Dreamcast game in in 2017. That's basically what it was. Like they didn't really. It was like it just felt like a HD Dreamcast game. Like it didn't feel like they had anything
It's
to
pretty
it.
disappointing
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like
because you'd expect so much advancement in the time.
But yeah, it's like there was like zero advancement. It literally felt like I was playing a Dreamcast game on my PS4. That's what it felt like. But
Oh,
I mean,
yo.
like I didn't really mind it that much because I'm like, I enjoyed those games on the Dreamcast, so I didn't. At least for me, I didn't really mind it. It felt
Yeah.
really faithful to those games, so it was just
I kind
I
of
enjoyed
mind
it.
that kind of stuff. Like I appreciated Grand Theft Auto's
Yeah,
transition from GTA London to 2 to 3 being third person to Vice City having the old school stuff and San Andreas to 4 and 5 is probably my least appreciated GTA game.
Get that.
I appreciate GTA 5 the least, and that's my final answer.
Mental, what's up in the chat? Ty says Persona 6 will be interesting, but I wouldn't think it's like a quote legendary IP. Foam Stars, Raichi says, yeah, that would kill the show.
That would be legendary.
That'd be
Would be
one way to kill
legendary.
the vibe.
Just like, oh.
Here's
dude, I would download it immediately. Dude, I would download it immediately. I'd play it and be so angry. I'd force myself to play it though. I'd force myself to play it just so I can capture a clip that says Xbox on it with foam stars, and just so I can like almost laugh at myself. Almost like a psychotic laugh in the mirror. It'd be one of those kind of things.
Like I'm sure Square Enix already like discontinued that game. I'm pretty sure
they
like,
should have. If they haven't already, they definitely should have.
They stopped updating it. And they're like, yeah, we're done.
That'd be one.
Yeah, I think they said it was the last update.
That'd be one hell of a way to finish off the show. Here to wash down that awesome Doom the Dark Ages gameplay you just saw. Here's Foam Stars, and everyone everyone just collectively
crowd goes wild.
Crowd goes wild. There was also that rumor. Granted, it was from the guy we were talking about earlier. I believe his name is Nate the Hate. You guys said.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was saying,
I hate Nate.
He was claiming that Final Fantasy VII Remake was coming this year. Final Fantasy 16 was also coming. Yeah, we've heard a lot.
Fucking Zorp is coming.
They just say that every year.
Good old Zorp.
Yeah, one year you're gonna. One year you're gonna be right.
Fucking Zorp is back in 2025. It's crazy. Zorp came before GTA 6.
Can't believe we got Zorp destroying the Earth before GTA 6. That's fucking crazy.
Oh my god, dude! I'm sick right now, dude. I'm tired. I'm tired of people praying for Final Fantasy. I mean, I swear, if I liked Final Fantasy like that, then if I liked Final Fantasy like that and refused to get a PlayStation, I don't know what.
I know.
I just don't understand that. Like, that's why when people ask me, they're like, "Oh yeah, about Xbox," like, "Oh man, don't you feel bad that you don't have Final Fantasy?" I'm like, dude, I don't fucking care about that game. I don't care about that game, not even slightly. Like they could say that there's 3 more Final Fantasy games and they're all top-notch games, probably gonna be better than GTA 6, and I'd be like, high five, dude. Have a good fucking time. I don't care about Final Fantasy games. Every time I try to play it, I just get bored out of my mind, dude. Mm-hmm. Just the most dry characters, in my opinion.
Chances, like you've given them chances multiple times.
Dude, I've tried Final Fantasy VII on the OG PlayStation. I've tried Final Fantasy VII on a PS4. I've tried Final Fantasy VII on my PS5. I've tried Final Fantasy Rebirth, the demo on my PS5. I've tried Final Fantasy 16. Dude, I've tried so many Final Fantasies, and every time I turn it on, it just feels like somebody's whispering at me, and it's important, but it's just a bunch of bullshit. Go kill this thing. They're assholes. We don't like them. I got electricity, and it's just like, dude, I don't fucking care, man. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's just a bunch of fucking weirdos, and then big titty 16-year-olds. Like, I'm all right, dude. I'm all set.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I could have put it any better. I've definitely not tried Final Fantasy as much as Ham has, but I've given it a shot. the remake. I played the original, like most of it, because my my buddies or my dad's sons was like 18 years old, or no, he was probably like 16 at the time. And he's like, you got to play this game. Keep in mind, he's coming over because they're eating dinner over at our house. He's like, you got to play this game. Keep in mind, I'm like fucking probably 8. He's like, you got to play this game, dude. Because he's like, oh, you like video games, you'll love this. And he puts in Final Fantasy 7. And dude, it sucked. That game was fucking horrible. That like to this day, there's not many experiences I've had in gaming.
Fucking Matt was just scarred for the rest of his life after that.
Dude, I couldn't believe it because I'm playing like Crash
Evil Zone.
Bandicoot or Spyro, yeah, Evil Zone or like Spyro or something. He's like, no, you don't play that, dude. You gotta play this. And I played it. I'm just like, dude, this is terrible. This is really bad. And then all these years later, I try the remake on PS4, and yeah, PS4, PS5, and I'm like, okay, this is cooler than I remember it, but it's
Right.
still not.
Same.
It's still not like I still this isn't a thing I want to play. Like this is cool. I'm checking it out literally because I have PS Plus, and if I didn't, I would never ever buy this. And
Dude, I feel like it's a soap opera with just absolute chads just everywhere. Just everywhere. Everyone's a fucking Chad, and your main character is the biggest Chad of them all. And it's just I'm all set.
Yeah, I don't like Cloud. I don't like Cloud. I don't like what's his name? Is his name Barrett, the big black guy? Don't like him. Dude, I don't like any of these characters. What is it Tifa, the chick?
Bro.
Or
Yeah.
something?
I don't mind any of the voice acting or any of that. I just don't
good.
like the story. I just don't like the stories. I'm sorry.
That's it. The writing doesn't make me care about any of those characters. As far as them acting, I think they're doing about as good a job as they can possibly do with what they're given, to be real. So I can't fault them for that. But dude, I don't care about those characters in any way, shape, or form.
There's been so many times I wish I could just like the game. And that's why I keep trying it. I just hope one day that I just wake up and turn on that game and it all makes sense. But every time I turn it on, I just am like, after about 20, 25 minutes, after a solid good fight, which I enjoy the fight, the game mechanics are great.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I think the best thing
I'll get into a solid fight. Dude, it's the exact same way I feel when I play Matt. It's the exact same way I feel when I play Atlas Fallen. It's the exact same way I feel when I play Atlas Fallen. When I'm playing it and I'm in the battle, I'm like, yo, this is hard. This is dope. And you got the timing right. You're doing everything. You're, calling in the right hits and combinations, and then the fight stops. And then they talk, and it's just like, God damn it! Like you just ruined it. It's just like, oh man, it's like after being drunk after a good night, and you wake up and the shades are open. It's just like you see everything around you, what you did, like if you were 17 and making bad choices, and you was with somebody like or 22, let me keep it above the correct age. If you was 22 and you just hit the club and you came home with somebody you wasn't too happy with, and you turn on the lights and you was like, God damn, that's what going into a cutscene after a good fight battle is in Final Fantasy for me. And it's so it's so just like get this shit out of my face, and you turn it off and it's like you never know when that's gonna happen again. But when it happens again, you're disappointed again.
Yep.
It was the same way with Final Fantasy 16 for you.
Bro, I had the thought to download because Ham mentioned the what's the new Rebirth, the demo.
Yeah,
I had the thought to
Yeah.
download. Maybe I'll try the Rebirth demo and give it a shot. Nope, didn't even
Well,
like. I turned on my PS5 to download that demo, and I didn't even download it. I just turned it right back off. I said, nope,
you just collect. Yeah.
don't really care enough to do that, and I just never played it, and I probably never will. So like, it's obviously just not for me. But I, we went off on all of that, but dude, I brought that
16 is
up.
probably the most fun I've had in any Final Fantasy. Like, if I were to rate, like, which one is my favorite one of all the ones, since I hate seemingly all of them, right? What's my favorite? What's the one that I would play if somebody was like, "You
Gunpoint.
gotta beat this shit," or like your mom's will get treatment if you beat this. Like, all right, I'm locked in. Final Fantasy 16, let's go.
That's the one.
Yeah, man, that's my go-go
Yeah.
gadget. That's my go-go gadget because really, Final Fantasy 16, it's
It's a
very
straight up
hack and
action game.
It's very hack and slashy.
Yeah, it's straight up. It's a straight up action game. It's not really much of an RPG, honestly. It's more.
Right.
It's more like a big. It's like a larger Devil May Cry type of
I was
thing.
about to say it looks like
Yeah.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I think
And
it's
you
the
know
same battle
why?
director as well.
You know why else I choose that? Because it being that way of a fight or being that way of a game style, it'll be quicker to go through compare to the other games where it's like turn based or like
Yeah.
partially turn based and partially not. The variety one. So yeah. 16, you can blast through 16 if you want.
There you go. I mean, I'm just gonna hope that. I mean, it sounds terrible. I'm just gonna hope it's not a legendary Japanese game, and I'm gonna continue hoping that it's Oblivion, the remake.
Japan.
It ain't.
Well, I'm just gonna continue hoping that it is.
Yeah, but it's definitely. I don't think it's gonna be
Because they're
Final Fantasy,
Japanese.
though.
Thought Howard's Japanese.
But
What was that one?
he just reveals he's Japanese. Anyways, but I don't think it's gonna be Final Fantasy just because.
What do you think, Tony?
But yeah, I don't because the thing is though they said it's a brand new game. That's what that's what they said. So
Yeah,
obviously it's not a brand new game, right? It's been on the PS5
yeah,
5 years.
it's a
at
good
this
point.
You know.
Todd Howard reveals that he is
God,
Japanese
dude,
and a new IP called Boblivion. It's really just an upgrade of Oblivion.
man, there's jokes I want to make, but I can't make them. Okay. So,
You're terrible.
hey, listen, I've got a great comedic mind. People don't understand it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
But I would like it to be Oblivion. Twan, you think Resident Evil 9, right?
I'm putting money on Resident Evil for now.
Resident Evil 9.
I think
I
that makes
wouldn't be
sense
upset if it
for
was
me.
Resident Evil 9. I'd be pretty
Yeah.
interested in that.
I think
And maybe that might be enough motivation for me to go beat Village. Because I bought Village like 2 times over at this point, and it's still, I barely touched it. Maybe that would be some motivation for me to actually do that.
I don't even think you beat the Final Fantasy 4. Not Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Resident Evil
No,
4.
I didn't.
Resident Evil 4 remake.
Nope, I haven't.
Yeah,
I haven't. But I did re-download it. I did re-download it. I'm thinking about doing it. I want to beat Detroit Become Human, and I also want to beat Stalker 2 before Avowed comes out. Because I've been putting that off, and I don't want to keep putting that off. So I want to wrap up Detroit. I want to get Stalker done. And if I got time after that, then before Avowed comes out, then I might jump into the remake. The Resident Evil remake. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But Doom the Dark Ages one, I know you're fucking excited for that.
Oh yeah, that's probably my most anticipated game right now.
I can't wait, dude. I've actually restarted just like in bed at night, like on Steam Deck. I've been playing Doom 2016. I restarted the campaign. I've only played the campaign once. Every time I play Doom, it's always the arcade. I've got like probably 1,000 hours in Doom 2016 across different platforms, and I've only beat the campaign once. Everything else has been arcade.
Nice.
So I restarted that. I want to go through Doom Eternal before Dark Ages comes out. But Ham, how excited are you for Doom: The Dark Ages? Have you beat Eternal? I think you did.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
That
I've
game,
only beat like the classic Doom.
you haven't even beat
Gotcha.
2016.
Mm-mm.
What are you doing, man? Just go play them. What are
I
Twan's
you
getting
played
doing?
some of
pissed.
2016.
We'll play more.
Twan's getting fucking pissed. Twan's gonna flip a table.
Bro, like,
No, man. I'll
like,
beat I'll beat I'll beat 2016 in Eternal when you get a new PC, but how about that?
Well, there you go. That's a
I
good
don't,
deal.
I just don't get how you can
Spend your
play
money on.
Doom.
Just think of it this way: I'm helping you spend your money smart
There
instead
you
of
go.
buying big boxes that are broken.
Big fat boxes. And here's the thing, Twan. Out of that deal, you get an awesome new PC, and you get to talk to Ham about Doom. How cool is that?
I just don't get how you can play Doom 2016 and just not like want to just continue playing it. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
The
Oh, it was
game
fun.
is the
Like
game
it
is
was a
great.
fun
fucking
game.
fantastic.
I don't know. Like oh,
Just play it again and then just keep playing it. Man. Like
I
I
don't
just
know.
don't
I don't know
like
how
to me.
you
It's just
use a
so
raggedy ass
pointless.
headset all the time.
Like it's just
One,
so
I
pointless.
don't
Like
get it.
I don't get why you're playing other games when you haven't beat Doom yet. So just
I,
Twan's getting
I,
fucking pissed.
it's like
I
Twan's
just
livid.
I don't know why we have to hear your quality, your low quality voice all the time. It's so
no.
terrible.
This is a Yeti. This is pretty good. I think. I
It's
don't know.
it's a MIDI. It's trash. You need to upgrade,
Oh my
bud.
god.
I thought it
But
was
yeah,
No, no, your voice sounds your audio sounds fine.
it does.
that's
It
good.
does.
That's
It
good.
definitely sounds a lot better than it used to. Jesus Christ.
Oh
Let's
yeah.
play when I use the Pulse headset. You know, let's play when I use
I'm
that.
playing
Oh
2016
yeah.
right now, so relax.
Let's
Good.
go.
Well, it's I was like
You're only like
I was saying that
9
I
years
was
late.
playing it just a moment
Yeah.
ago, but you're all mad that I haven't beat it.
Yeah, man. You should have
Yeah.
beaten it like 9 years ago.
Nah, nah, man. Like I've never been huge into Doom like that. Like I've liked Doom, but I've never like went out of my way to like really play it. It's always been a game that I was down to play, but never a game that I was
Like
going
super
out of
into.
my way to play. It's just
Yeah.
always been like that.
Just not like a massive fan of it, but it's like, they're cool, kind of like, you know.
I mean, to be totally fair to what Ham's saying, kind of the same way. Like historically, I'm not a Doom fan. My first Doom that I played front to back was 2016. Like I mean, I tried a couple Doom games before that, like on PC. My friend's mom was like a gamer when we were like little kids, and she had all that shit like Unreal Tournament, Doom, and like Wolfenstein. She had all that shit like installed on her computer. So I tried them, but I mean, I mean, for whatever reason, it didn't click. And for whatever reason, Unreal Tournament clicked for me. But like, my first real Doom game that I really played front to back was 2016. And the first time I played 2016, I got it on Xbox, and I was like, I don't like this. I don't like this. And I think I traded it in at a GameStop. It was like one of the last times I went to a GameStop. And then a couple years later, I got it again because it was on sale digitally. And then I was like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, it finally like clicked.
Yeah, it's like this game's incredible. This is the one of the best things ever. So
So
whatever happened in between the first time I played and the second time I played it was, I don't know what it was, but that whole experience was fucking different the second time. So yeah, that game is great. That game is great, and I can't wait for Dark Ages. Ham, are you hyped for Dark Ages, or is it just kind of one of those games like you're excited, you'll try it out, but you're not dying for it?
no, I'm not dying for it, but
It's gonna be on Game
I'm
Pass, so I mean,
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna play it. What I'm most excited about probably is like what I've always been like kind of astonished with, I guess, is just id and like just id tech and everything, right? Like I've always kind of interested and think that they do a good job at making a good game, right?
Mhm.
So like I'm looking forward to actually seeing what the latest thing that they got is and how it turns out. And maybe this next one will be the time that I'm finally like really big into Doom, right? Like
Yeah.
Well, no, same.
2016 was your Doom, right? So who's to
Hell
say that
yeah.
this next one couldn't be mine? I'm more of a grounded guy anyways when it comes to a lot of these games. I'm not a very vertical person. I like being more on the ground, but then again, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of that sword and whatnot, or
Yeah.
not the sword, but the shield, the
The
shield,
shield looks
and
great.
and some of the animations for like crushing the skulls and stuff like that into the gun.
Using the skulls as ammo.
Yeah, right. Like it just like eats it up like a goddamn, like a crusher, right? So like seeing that stuff is
Cookie Monster.
cool, and as I just got done saying, like they have one of the, if not the best engine in the game,
Yeah,
like
even look at
in
Indiana Jones, right? They use that engine with that game.
right.
Yeah.
So they have one of the best engines, if not the best engine in all of gaming. Like like if it's not the best engine, I'll at least say that it's the most consistent engine of all time, in my opinion.
I mean, they got that shit to run on Switch, so it
Yeah,
says something about it.
they got that shit to run at Switch. At
Yeah,
like,
not just run on Switch, but run good on
yeah,
Switch.
run good on Switch. That and Doom Eternal run good on Switch. That's
'Cause
a
Arc runs on Switch, right? Like
yeah,
that is run
yeah.
good.
Lots of games run on Switch,
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it's
it boots, like
it's hit or miss. Doom was definitely not hit or miss. Even like to Twan's point about other studios using it, like id Tech
machine
with
games. Yeah,
Machine Games, Wolfenstein's on Switch, runs great. I actually, funny enough, I actually own Wolfenstein Youngblood on Switch. I played probably most of what I played of Youngblood, which I still haven't beat, and I don't know if I ever will. Most of what I played of that was probably on Switch, and it runs great. It runs really well, surprisingly well. So, like that, I'm in agreement with him. That's probably, I mean, if it's not number one, dude, it's number two, and and the fucking
I don't know what
industry.
else is in front of it, to be honest. Like
That's what I'm
I
saying.
wouldn't
Like,
say I wouldn't say Unreal's in front of it. Unreal is probably
no, no,
like
it's not.
where I'll give Unreal credit is the most versatile and beautiful engine, like slapped together, right? Like I think
yeah
it's the most versatile engine probably.
I feel like you
I
can make
don't
any type
think
of game with
that it
Unreal.
I don't think that idtech is as versatile, but it's strictly because it knows what it wants to be. It has an identity where I don't feel like Unreal has an identity. That's why any and everybody can use it.
Yeah,
Supposed to be like the
uh,
jack of all trades kind of thing.
Yeah, good at nothing. I mean, or not good at nothing, but like
Yeah,
not like the
good at
best
everything.
at anything.
Yeah, good at everything, master of none.
Yeah, exactly.
yep. And id Tech is definitely a master of what they
Yeah,
do. So
big
for
time.
sure. Okay, the last two games here, then we're gonna wrap up the show. South
Jeez, we're
of
still going.
Midnight.
Let's go.
Yeah, South of Midnight. I'm interested. Are you interested in South of Midnight at all? Because I know Ham is.
Honestly,
I know
like
I
it
am.
honestly doesn't look that bad. Like actually looks pretty solid. Like the more I look at it,
Hmm.
I'll definitely I might give it a shot. Honestly, it depends on what I'm really playing at the time, right? But yeah, I mean, it
It's
doesn't
good to
look
hear.
half bad. Yeah, so I might give it a shot.
That's good to
I,
hear,
I still
buddy.
need to finish Indiana Jones though, right? So
You
just need to
should
get
finish
back to
Indiana
that.
Jones. That was my game of the year,
Oh
2024.
really?
It was Veilguard. I
You,
didn't think anything was going to be
you
Veilguard.
think he'll show up at all in the TGA this year?
Well, here's the thing.
Because technically it should count
I
this year, right?
forget who said it. It might have been you, Ham, or if it wasn't you, it was definitely somebody on Bullseye. And it might have been
No, I
Mental.
said it.
Okay. So you know what I'm saying is
Yeah,
some
that it's
you brought up
that's.
that it's coming to PS5, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, that was
And
mental that said that part. That was mental
yes,
that said the PS5 part.
so Mental
hmm
brought up it's coming to PS5, and if it comes to
Well,
PS5 like in the middle of the year, like May or
yeah, they'll
June or
definitely
something like
like
that,
remember, make everyone remember about it. It's like, oh
exactly,
yeah,
it'll be
yeah,
fresh in people's minds, and I
yeah,
don't think it's going to come to PS5 and score low. It's going to go to PS5 and score just about what it did on Xbox, maybe a little bit more.
yeah, because of
So
the less
like
reviewers, right? So
exactly. So
yeah,
if it's fresh in everyone's mind, they nail the port and everything, I don't see why it wouldn't be at the Game Awards. Unless Keeley wants to get super technical and say, well, it came out late 2024, technically. It doesn't count. Like, if he wants to do that, I
well,
guess.
no, because the games in December should count for the year after, though.
I
That's
agree with that.
how
I
even
wholeheartedly
Smash.
agree.
That's how Smash was. Smash came on December, and then it won fighting game of the year, like the year after, like the
That
next.
and that's the way it should
Yeah,
be.
yeah.
I agree.
So
But
technically, it does count like for the next year. So
technically it does, but I just if it doesn't get that rejuvenation like
yeah, I think the PS5 port will actually help it out in this.
exactly
Yeah,
because that'll make it a big talking point again, and if it gets that and it hits the way it probably will
Talking point, but it
on
won't be because of
PS5.
that.
What's that?
I said it'll be a big talking point, but it won't be because if it's a good game on PC. It'll be
Oh yeah,
because it's a
it's on PS5.
Xbox game
Yeah,
it's like, oh,
on
why?
PS5.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
sure there'll be a lot of people who are doing that. I mean, people love that topic, but I mean,
Yeah.
for Keeley and the Game Awards, I think as long as they nail the port, I think it has no reason that it shouldn't be up for Game of the Year. I mean, shit, they opened the show. I mean, well, Troy Baker and Todd Howard. I'm pretty sure they opened the show this year. I mean, Jeff Keighley came out and did his thing. Hey, welcome to the show. But like the first people you saw up on stage that wasn't Jeff Keighley, it was Todd Howard and Troy Baker. And then Harrison Ford came out. It seemed like he was absolutely shit faced. God bless him.
Mm.
But yeah, they opened the show, so I don't see why not. But South of Midnight Ham, I know you're excited for it. So I'm gonna ask you, and this is something you're gonna just have to kind of come up with on the spot. When do you think South of Midnight comes out? Given the fact that we keep it feels like every other day they're sharing more of the game, so it must be pretty close. So when do you think South of Midnight comes out?
I'd say, let's see, if it doesn't come out at the developer direct, which I think is totally possible, seeing the amount of games that they kind of have.
Mm-hmm.
That they have the ability to kind of reach in their pocket and grab. Um, if it doesn't come out at the developer direct, possible but unlikely. I'd say then I'd expect it late March, early February, and then I'd
Early April.
expect uh like late March, early April. Is that what I
Okay.
said? Did I say something else?
You said early February, but I
Oh
got
yeah,
what you meant.
yeah. Yeah. Late March, early April.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd expect Doom the Dark Ages like right before the Xbox event just to kind of give it some hype.
Yeah, dude, that'd be so sick. I'll tell you what, if that game comes out, if South of Midnight comes out late March, Dude, March is my birthday month, and late March is looking like right now. There's Atomfall, which I don't know if you guys saw the small deep dive they did on Atomfall. That game looks fucking sick, and
I
that's
haven't.
launching.
I haven't seen a
That's
bit of that. We'll have to watch that after the show.
I'm down, dude. That game looks. That game looks. I saw somebody in the comments, like the first comment under that gameplay deep dive was I can't wait to play Wanker Shadow of Britain or whatever shit. Cause and they spelled it like wanker with all the periods and shit like stalker. And I was like, yeah. It's like a British stalker, not probably not as hardcore as stalker, because stalker, I mean, just shit from the little I've played. That game's fucking hardcore. But like it's kind of like stalker but British, but Atomic Heart, but like it looks awesome. So that's big for my birthday month, and then Assassin's Creed Shadows like 4 days after my birthday, if I'm not mistaken. So there's that too. And dude, if they throw in South of Midnight in there, oh my god, Jesus, dude, that's gonna be it's a busy month. I'd be thrilled with that. Uh, but yeah, I'd probably agree with that. I think it'll come out in April. I think it comes out in April. If they don't shadow drop it, I think it comes out in April. But I totally could see them shadow dropping that because it'd be a not a full month, but close to a full month before Avowed, which I'm imagining is probably the right amount of time for a game like South of Midnight. So I'd be down with that. And then finally, Expedition 33. Uh, I mean, I don't even really love turn-based games like that. It's very rare that I get heavily invested into a turn-based game, but I'm gonna be real. Expedition 33 looks fucking sick.
It does.
That
It
game looks
looks.
awesome.
Yeah,
So
and I'm so I'm so happy that I got like Twan. Are you still there? Because I know it's getting
Well,
kind
I'm
of
here.
late.
There.
Twan, I'll have to tell you, I thank you a little bit. I mean, still kind of f you a little bit too.
F
Don't get
me
it fucked
a little
up.
bit.
Like don't like hey, I'm just saying
Well,
don't take too much credit. Don't get too happy about what I'm about to say. I want you just to
alright.
keep your shit in check. All I just want to say is thanks for pushing me through Persona
Oh yeah, no problem.
partly a little bit because that push through Persona made me appreciate turn-based games a lot more.
I'm happy you feel that way, man.
Or at least turn-based games that have an interesting story to it. Because like I said, I still can't really fuck with Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But like I was
Well, Final
really
Fantasy isn't
into
even really
the
turn-based these days, anyways.
right.
Like,
That's a fact. But like back in the day, I wasn't really into that. But like today, the swag and stuff that's kind of with some of the stories and stuff. Now, not just like the high school shit, but also like metaphor, like the
yeah,
swag with
I'm
that, and
surprised how much you
seeing
like Metaphor, honestly.
dude
Like,
metaphor, bro. Like Luis was so
yeah,
like I loved Luis, although he was a piece of shit. But I was like,
yeah,
dude, he's like the perfect antagonist that
yeah, he's definitely like one
you
of my favorite
wish,
antagonists of
you
all time.
wish something,
Yeah,
you wish something that you just probably ain't gonna get. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, but um, but yeah, yeah. Metaphor made me realize that it wasn't just like Persona. It was just like that style of storytelling. And I
mhm,
feel like what Expedition 33 has is an intriguing way to tell a story, but also an intriguing way to traverse a map and very familiar like screen shakes and screen moves when you pick a move and stuff like that. That's
well, it's
very
just that
Persona
flashiness.
like.
Yeah, just that flashiness. You know.
Yeah, Persona
Yeah,
does that flashiness really well, and it seems like they did their homework
yeah,
because they
yeah,
do it in a very Unreal Engine ish looking kind of way, to where Persona's more like a anime
yeah.
kind of thing, which I can appreciate both styles. Personally, probably the anime one is long lasting, but we're getting to the point where stuff looks real enough to where it could probably last a long time too.
Yeah. I don't really see most of these modern games aging that bad these days. Like I don't see Uncharted 4 aging bad. Like that game looks.
Oh, Uncharted
Yep.
4 has aged great so far,
Yeah.
man.
I can only see like the new Hellblade aging better, just because all that game needs is
Like a better
is
frame
a
rate, I
higher
guess.
frame rate, a higher
Yeah.
frame rate.
Yeah.
If it has
Yep.
a higher frame rate, it's insane. It's even more insane.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think,
Like
especially
Tell as
also,
well.
especially also too, like for Hellblade, not only is it like hyper realistic, like one of the most fucking hyper realistic games, if not the most ever. It's also, I mean, at least in my opinion, I think the art of the game, like the way the colors and everything mixed with the realism. I mean, it's a lot of gray, but it works really well with how that game looks. And I think that also lends itself to the fact that it probably will age well also. Um, just
I think it'll
because,
age well, partially as well because of. I know this is kind of off base from what we're kind of talking about, but also the length of the game
yeah,
will
it's
help
all,
it age
yeah.
well as well.
Yes, super
Seeing that it's
quick.
not a fucking 40-hour game, it's just like 6, 7 hours.
Yes,
If you're trying to rush, yeah. To me,
absolutely.
that kind of stuff ages so much better than people really can appreciate nowadays. Because sometimes I run into a 30, 40-hour game and I'm just like, dude, I really don't do this right
Dude, I started playing God of War again, and I'm like really enjoying it, and it's like, God, I kind of forgot how goddamn long this game is. This is, this is really cool, but Jesus Christ, this is like a 30, 40 hour game.
Yeah, now that you
And
say that, it's kind of interesting now you say it because I feel like a lot of the games that age the best are like those small arcade games that you can beat in like 40 minutes.
now.
Where
Yeah,
they come
short
out.
games.
Like
They stick
Star
with you
Fox
better.
64. Like Star Fox 64, I could play that game over and over and over again, and that game like to me hasn't aged a day. It's
That's
just
one of the great things about Mario, and you know how you could like skip the levels and stuff like that
yeah,
and whatnot. It made it to where if you wanted to beat it super fast, you could,
yeah,
and you're not really cheating because it was built in the game. But at the same time, if you wanted it to last forever, you kind of could as well.
yeah.
Really cool.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
You can say that about Doom as well, you guys. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but the way they made the game is purely for replayability.
Oh yeah, you could like speed run it. There's like all
oh,
secrets
hell
and shit.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Hell yeah. In fact, once this is over, I might play some Doom. We'll see. Uh, but yeah, guys. I mean, I don't know if there's like a ton you guys want to say about Expedition 33,
Mhm.
I
other than the
just said a
fact,
ton.
yeah, exactly. Other than the fact that we all kind of think it looks good. Twan, are you interested in that at all?
Sorry, my brother's fucking talking to me. Yeah, I'm pretty interested in it. Sorry, my brother's like he's fucking being annoying.
Oh,
But
you're good.
yeah. So, but yeah, I'm pretty interested in that one. I'm definitely
Okay,
gonna. It's not on Game Pass, right?
it is in Game
Yeah, this.
Pass. It
Okay, yeah,
is.
then I'll definitely probably try it out. If that's the case.
Yep.
Okay,
I
Game
don't
Pass
even think it's
just
supposed
saving
to be.
the day repeatedly.
Like I don't even think it's that expensive. I think it's only gonna be like a $50 game though.
Dude, I bet it's only gonna be like a 12 to 20 hour game max.
That would be very cool. Because here's the thing. It looks like what I liked about Metaphor, but
Matter
and
of
you
fact,
know
you,
that
you gotta
no, I have
consider playing
not.
it.
I have not. But
You
here's
gotta
the
consider
thing.
playing it.
Here's the thing. I put about 25 hours into it.
Oh,
And
proud of you.
that's like if I did
Is that like a new
everything at
record?
a if I did everything at a normal pace, that's about a quarter of the game.
Yeah.
So like if I can get what I like about Metaphor in a package that's like, hey, this is like 12 to 20 hours, that would be fucking perfect. I would absolutely love that. But yeah, that game looks sick. But that was the final topic of the show. We did go over 2 hours. I think that's the first time this show's ever gone over 2 hours since, which is funny, since Ham was probably a regular guest.
I feel,
So,
I feel
so
like we've gone over 2 hours before.
not. I don't think we've gone over 2 hours with me, you, and Mike. I don't
think
think
we
that's
did.
happened. I
We
think
should go. We should run it back. We should look at some of
I'm actually interested. I will check on that after the show.
Yeah.
But I
Sorry.
know I know you're all good. I know for a fact we did it when it was the four of us. I know for a fact we did it. So yeah, good show. That was the last topic. Before we get out of here, though, outros. Let everybody know where they can find you. Twan, I'm going to give it to you first. Let people know where they can find you, what you're up to, and all that fun stuff.
All right, yeah, you can find me here on the show on Mondays, yeah, it's a Monday today. Yeah, okay, because I know sometimes we even do on Tuesdays as well, but yeah, so yeah, Monday, Tuesdays. On You can find me on Twitter at it's me Twan. It's my and I think I made a Blue Sky. I haven't really used it much. I don't even remember. I think it's the same at me Twan, but / Blue Sky or whatever extension they add at the end of it. Yeah, so it's the
bluesky.social.com.web.url.
same. Yeah, yeah, like that long ass one. So yeah,
Is it
it's the
really
same.
that?
It's not that, but it's a lot different than just like
Just a
your
regular.
Twitter. Like I'm gonna look it up real quick, but it's longer than it probably should be if we're being real. It's like
Yeah.
yeah, mine's Matt likes games bsky.social.
I don't know why. I don't know why I thought that
Really?
was necessary, but
Yeah,
whatever.
it's longer than it should be.
Oh
But
well. Well, yeah, that's what we
that's where you
want.
can find Twan. Also, Twan, don't forget to mention
The YouTube channel.
your absolutely massive YouTube channel.
I got like 40,000 subscribers now.
I think it's up to 4 million. Last I checked, 4 million subscribers over on YouTube's over on Twan's YouTube
The
channel.
tubes.
What's the name of that YouTube channel, Twan?
I forgot what was it. What did I name it again? Twan something.
It,
He forgot his own channel name. That's how fucking poppin' his channel is. He forgot his
P.
channel name.
It's P Diddy.
Yes, that's what you can do. You can look for Twan's newest videos at P Diddy on YouTube. You'll find Twan talking about games and all sorts of other fun stuff on
Yeah,
P
some
Diddy's
pretty
channel.
loving stuff.
On
Some
P Diddy's
love.
channel
Just
on
talking about
YouTube.
some love.
Yes,
Some love.
Twan's a very loving guy, just like P Diddy. But Ham, let people know where they can find you, what you're up to, and everything. You're doing a show daily now on your channel, so let people know about that.
Yeah, I've been doing a show every morning from 8:30 my time, which is 9:30 Eastern, till about 11:30 Eastern. It actually lasts. It's been lasting longer than that the last few days. Like today, it went until like 12:30. It was kind of wild. But but yeah, I do that Monday through Friday, and it's been pretty fun just talking about like because a lot of the news and stuff happens and drops in the morning, things that happened last night. Sometimes I didn't get to talk about, and it just kind of like I'm already up in the morning because I have to get I have to get up and get my daughter ready for school and everything like that, and I'm so used to just falling back asleep for like an hour or two before I then get back up and have to get ready for the day. And I kind of got tired of missing that hour or two or three sometimes even more than that. Like when they really ain't, dude, like sometimes it's like 4 hours, right? And I'm just like, man, that's a lot of the day that I'm just missing for nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I decided to start doing a show daily, and in my opinion, it's been better for me.
That's good. I mean, yeah, that'll definitely help keep a sleep schedule in check. I know my sleep schedule. I could definitely use some shit like that because mine is
It's
not
just
good.
freestyle. At least for me, it's freestyle.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is for me. Mine's freestyle, but it's like it's so freestyle that it's not even really freestyle. It's just what it is at this point. It's just, even if I had to change it, it would probably take me about a month or two to change it. That's how fucked it is. But definitely check out Ham's channel. It's a call-in show, by the way, so there's that too.
Yeah,
If you
yeah. You
wanna,
could all. Yeah, Twan, if you're ever around, want to just hop in, or and really anybody, if you want to hop in topic that I'm talking about interesting, or if you find some news and you don't see me talking about it, and you want to just come in and just shout it out, feel more than welcome to come on through.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah,
there you
definitely.
go.
Interesting.
Check that out for sure. Link in the description to Ham's channel. Link in the description also to all of Twan's stuff as well. So check that out as well. As for myself, you can obviously find me here every Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern for the L3R3 podcast with myself. It's me, Twan, Hard Days Mike. Like I said, Hard Days Mike obviously not here this week. He wasn't feeling up to it. No big deal. We had Ham graciously step in his place. So appreciative of that for sure. Wednesdays, you'll see me and Ham here on the channel, 8 p.m. Eastern for the two-player podcast. So look forward to that later this week. And then videos every week here on the channel. I want to get back into the groove of like weekly videos, doing something every week, talking about stuff. Whereas I don't know, the last like 6 months, it's just kind of been a blur with my content. Hasn't been the best, but I'm looking to correct that and everything. So look forward to that. And then you can find me Fridays over on Ham's channel for bullsitting with myself, Woke, Cozy, Mental 9R, usually a guest. Ham solo as well is over there. I feel like I skipped over that. Whoops. But yeah, that's where you can find me. That's where you can find Ham. That's where you can find Twan. We're going to get up out of here. Thank you all for watching, everybody in the chat. And we will see you next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.